Today I feel so exhausted. I am 33 weeks pregnant with my third baby. My daughter, my second child, is 16 months, and then I have a 12-year-old son, both that keep me super, super, super busy. I'm also a registered nurse. I work full time, and then I run a work from home business as a health and fitness coach. And then not including the basic day to day house cleaning, um, cooking, laundry, all of that stuff that we just completely dread. So, with this tiredness, I'm sure I would be more tired. Somehow I find the energy to still get what I need to get done. I just wanted to share a few tips on how to overcome or minimize, is what I should say, not overcome, minimize tiredness during pregnancy. The first trimester and the last trimester are definitely the worst. The first trimester of pregnancy, you are you can have a lot of nausea and vomiting, and that makes it, I think, a lot harder. My first trimester, I definitely was exhausted as well, but I was so nauseous and always vomiting that even drinking water um, was very, very, very difficult for me to do. Second trimester got better. A lot of that was eliminated. I didn't have nausea anymore. I started getting a little heartburn, but the fatigue went away for the most part. Um, and then here I am, 33 weeks, and it is back. So I just want to share some of my tips that I've used in my previous pregnancies, and hopefully it would help you as well. So, tip number one, and I'm sure you've heard it before, and it sounds completely crazy and counterintuitive, that I want you to exert energy in order to get energy, but it actually works and it actually helps. So, yes, my number one tip would be to make sure that you stay active every single day. Even if it's a 15-minute power walk, a 30-minute DVD, walking around the block, going for a swim, whatever you can do to get your heart rate up 20 to 30 minutes. Of course, not to the point of exhaustion, not to the point that your heart rate is way too high, and not to the point where you're uncomfortable, but definitely getting your heart rate up. Doing some type of physical activity helps tremendously. If I make the mistake to miss my workout in the morning, I definitely feel it uh, a lot more later on in the day. That's my number one tip. Number two tip is getting enough water. Hydration is so, so, so important. Your body is working double time to make more blood, to provide nutrition to the baby, to provide nutrition for yourself, as well as just keeping your vital organs functioning, and keeping you where you need to be. And even not being pregnant, a lot of us are not hydrated sufficiently. So hydration is definitely a key point. With that being said, I would recommend 11 to 13 cups of water a day, I would say, adding on an additional cup of water for every 30 minutes of activity that you do. And for me, I just have a water bottle that I fill up. I know it's 3 cups for that water bottle, and I like to time it out. So by noon, I know I should have drank one and a half of those, 3 p.m., 6 p.m., and so on and so forth. Try not to go too much later than about 6 or 7 p.m., because being this far along, you definitely have to use the restroom a lot. I'm sure a lot of you know that baby's head is on the bladder and you're waking up every 2 hours to use the restroom. But still, I definitely make it a priority to get my water in and to do that every single day to keep myself healthy and keep baby healthy. And then my third tip is just to really balance out your diet. I notice immediately the fatigue that I feel and the turn in my energy level when I decide to eat something that's not so good for me. Some, a donut or sugary cereal or even juice or whatever the case is that I may be indulging in that day. And not that it's bad to indulge, but just keeping a balanced diet is definitely important. So I up my veggies, up my lean proteins as much as I can, and just try to keep everything really, really balanced, not only for myself, but also knowing that I'm growing a baby and that she needs all the nutrition that I can get. So I also turn to shakes to help me with that, especially in the morning time when I'm running out at 6 o'clock in the morning to go work a 12-hour shift. I'm not a big breakfast person. I can't sit down and eat a whole breakfast first thing in the morning, but I definitely can down a shake and know that I'm getting all my superfoods and nutrition in there. And with doing that, then I also replace that as my prenatal vitamin, which I have been cleared with my doctor to do. So those are my three big tips on how to overcome, or like I said, not overcome, minimize tiredness while being pregnant. So that's make sure you work out every day, increase your water intake, and eat a balanced diet. I'd love to share more tips with you. Pregnancy, family, lifestyle, fitness, all of the above. So look me up at Fit with Shanice. I'm on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Pinterest. And I'd love to hear your stories and any tips you may have. Okay, talk to you soon.